I've been testing a certain pair of new headphones. So you guys may have seen the pictures, you may have seen the tweets. It is already my new all-time favorite pair of wireless noise-canceling cans. This is over the Bose QC35 2s. This is over the Microsoft Surface headphones. It's the Sony WH1000XM3s. Terrible name, but these are the real deal. Honestly, there's really not all that much you have to do to really nail a pair of this category of over-ear noise-canceling headphones. So you've got to sound great, you have to have good noise cancellation, and then you just have to be somewhat comfortable and have a fairly good feature set. And as you might imagine, since I'm talking about them like this, these nail all of those. So right off the bat, with the sound, these sound excellent. They're full, rich, and clear with the sound. They have more range and more deep bass than the Bose, but without being overwhelming. And short of studio headphones, this is a great sounding, crisp, clean pair of drivers. And the noise cancellation is actually a bit better than the Bose. I was already sacrificing a little bit when I switched to Surface headphones. I think those Surface headphones had slightly worse sound and slightly worse active noise cancellation, but I loved the design and the comfort and the USB Type-C and the dials and all of that, so that put them over the top for me. These Sonys, though, sound better than both, are better at noise cancellation than both, and they have a great design. Basically, as soon as I heard these, I knew I'd like them, and they've been sort of growing on me ever since. And also, I wore these for 5.5 hours straight on the flight to get here, and they only really started to get tight by the end of those 5.5 hours. So design-wise, I think these are kind of great, and that's something Bose has always been king at. These are lightweight like those, the cups have a good amount of padding, the top band is padded well, they're plenty flexible enough to not be squeezing your head all the time and getting uncomfortable. And then they beat the Bose by being USB Type-C. It's actually funny, a lot of people see these and immediately think this copper accent at the top, and it looks like the USB-C port. But it's not. That's actually the microphone at the top of both ear cups. The USB-C port is down here at the bottom. But yeah, you can use the same charger as you already have for your phone or your laptop or whatever other USB-C things you have. And the battery life lives up to the 20 plus hours, longer than the Surface headphones. It's great. Okay, I'm really raving about these. I'm making them sound pretty perfect. Trust me though, they're not perfect. Nothing's perfect. I think in an ideal world, I would combine these with the Surface headphones and their dials and their design. I think those function a little bit better. But here are some things about these that aren't quite perfect. First of all, my number one complaint is the controls. There are only 2 physical buttons on these. All the rest of the controls, all the rest of the work is all done by swiping and tapping on the right ear cup, which is a small touchpad. So double tap to play and pause, swiping up and down to change the volume, and forward and backward to change tracks. It can be a bit fidgety, it doesn't work every time, but you kind of get used to it. Another thing is when you take the headphones off, they just keep playing like normal headphones, but the Surface headphones would detect when you took them off your head and they'd pause, and when you put them back on, they would keep playing again. These don't, and I kind of miss that. And then the 2 buttons that are physical on these are the power button and the noise cancellation / ambient mode switch, which by default doubles as the Google Assistant button, so you can hold it to speak and talk to Google Assistant, which is cool. Without ever, taking your phone out of your pocket, you can ask Google Assistant a question out loud, and it'll answer that question. It can also read your notifications when you ask it to. But even with all of that, I still prefer the Surface headphones physical dials still for volume. And then there is also what is known as the cold weather issue with these headphones. There have been a couple reports about it or articles about it, but basically, when you take these out in, freezing conditions or sub-zero weather, apparently the touchpads will start to register phantom touches. So without you ever touching them, it'll start to play and pause your music and change the volume and the tracks and randomly stop playing. That's pretty rough. Now, I have been using these outside, as low as 40 degrees Fahrenheit, so not below freezing, but I haven't had this issue yet. But with as cold as it is in some parts of the world right now, it's worth noting that these do seem to have that issue. And I don't know if it can be fixed with a software update. It may be possible, but as of right now, if there's a cold weather issue that makes these unusable in certain climates, that's kind of a bummer, so I have to let you guys know about it. Also, these headphones come with a good hard case, like most other over-ear headphones, but I find that the way they fold is really annoying. Maybe it's just that I haven't gotten used to it yet, but that's a small nitpick, honestly. The case itself is fine. And if wind or anything blows hard enough down on you from above, the mics on the top will pick that up and you'll hear it as a sort of a fuzzy static. I only noticed this because when I'm on the airplane, which is where a lot of people will listen to these, I had the vents above me and they were blowing down like directly into those microphones. So you just kind of adjust that and you're fine. Oh, and the left ear cup has an NFC logo on it. That can be used to tap to pair on the side of the headphones with an NFC enabled device. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna start using that more often to connect or to disconnect. But these headphones only pair to one device at a time. And that might not sound like a big deal, but when you get used to headphones with multiple device connectivity and seamless switching, that is a big time convenience. With the Surface headphones or any other pair of headphones that supports multiple devices, you can be playing something like literally music from your phone on the headphones, pull out your iPad, which is already paired to the headphones, and hit play on some video or Netflix or whatever you're doing, and it'll instantly take over on the headphones, and there's seamless switching back and forth between devices without dealing with the frustration of Bluetooth. With these, you still have to deal with the pain of Bluetooth sometimes being kind of fidgety and not connecting on the first try and having to do it again, and the whole pairing process is kind of annoying. So yeah, I hope the next version of these that they make, the M4s, have that multiple device connectivity, but these don't. I wish they did. I really miss that. But other than that, I love these headphones. They're matte black, mostly all the way around, which you know I love, but you also got this little copper accent at the top with the Sony logo and the microphones, and it's also on the zipper of the hard case. So how they look is great, how they sound is great, how they feel is great. They're ideal for flying, of course, and they're also the go-to pick for just travel headphones in general. And they're just great for canceling out the noise of an office or a coffee shop, or really anywhere that noise-canceling headphones are good. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about headphones. I'm just glad these ended up on my radar. So shout out to those of you who were leaving comments on the videos. Shout out to Viper for yelling at me on his live stream to go buy these. Shout out to everyone in the comment section of my last headphones video that got me to actually pick these up. And I'm glad I'm using them now. These are now permanent backpack material. So I'll drop a link below if you guys want to check these out for yourself. I'll leave a link to the other headphone video.